Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM20, Women's Tour episode 37. It's the start of the new season, and we have our new riders in, and there's already some good news. We've got two 74s. They're very young. We've got a 73. Tioli has leveled up, so she's a 72 now. Mama Lenti's at a 71. Bravic has leveled up, so she's a 70 now. Or maybe it was Sobi who has leveled up. Either way, we went from two strong riders and then everybody else, with Mama Lenti and Bravic being okay. And then, but that was it. We had that total drop off. Two good riders, and they had no interest in re-signing, and it was terrible news. And it really sucks because everything depended on those two, and we couldn't. We had no chance of getting them back. And what we've signed here isn't necessarily great. One of the three riders is actually okay. Two of them are really just Baradeurs that we signed in order to get ourselves in a Continental Pro, which we've done. We succeeded, and it's awesome. So welcome, Continental Pro. Expectations are going to go up, and it's going to be really hard to meet up with those. The great news is our top end is so much better other than the two absences. And the two absences is going to hurt a lot, and you'll see why in just a moment, because we really aren't capable as a team at this point. So mountain ratings, Sobi is now our best. She did just level up, so I think she went from a 70 to a 72 or something along those lines. That's it. I mean, Miyochi is now our best, our third best. That's painful. We are a little punchy with Mama Lenti, and that is similar to what we had previously, as I don't remember quite where Donadin and Vanderpeet were at on that, but I know Donadin was a climber, not a puncher. I think Vanderpeet might have been somewhere in between. Been a little while since I recorded that last episode. In the time trial, new rider Kata Garfield is the only one who's good there, and she's ever so slightly punchy. Her strength, though, is the cobbles. Massive difference. I mean, she's plus 13 on the next best that we have. Kata Garfield's going to do pretty dang well in classics races. Cobbled classics anyway. So there's our one single strong area, other than Mama Lenti is going to be slightly punchy. Still nothing in the sprint. I mean, Del Sarto is still our top one at a 69.71. She's got potential, so hopefully she'll level up a little bit here, but as a Baradeur base, a lot of these Baradeurs, they have low ceilings, and so even when they level up, not much is happening. I made a bold move for this season. I discovered, if you've seen my Champions series, you'll know where this is coming from. But through experimentation, I have figured out that your trainers have a massive impact on what you're doing. So we have a whole new set of trainers. We have a legendary groundbreaking trainer and a legendary modern trainer, and then a cheap groundbreaking trainer for the last of the team, for the bottom set. So these last 4 or 5 groundbreaking, 66 and below riders. But for our entire top end, we have a very, very good trainer. And with that 5'8" potential, they're going to get levels. They're going to improve. Let's see if we can get some rapid development. And most importantly, I think the most important thing of this entire season is when we get to the dossier period, has the cost gone down? Are we going to start being able to go after some better riders? That's the goal. That's the objective. That's what everything was about last season. And this season, I don't think we're going to score the kind of points we did last season, because we've got one good rider, and it's cobbled classics. And there just aren't that many on the calendar. She's going to do well. She's not going to have support, though. So how well is she actually going to do? There's going to be a lot of races to miss. Speaking of races, let's check in on how we're doing now. In terms of our max estimation, we're not that far off from that. We may have to venture out away from the home team, or I might have to get into the database and up our max estimation. That might be preferable. That might be a good thing. If I can increase the max, then we can see a bigger climb in seasons to come. I don't know if it would impact this season or not. So what we're looking at right now is 120. We can hit 145. That's it. 25,000 more. It's better than nothing, but that's definitely not a lot of money. Olympics road race is the big objective for the year. Top 3s, top 5s, top 10s. I like those compared to the stage wins, as we're not well suited to winning stages. You got some punchy ones with Tour of Colorado, so Mamalenti might have a couple of goes and maybe do something, and it's just the Tour of Colorado, so it's not a major one. That helps, but let's break it down. Let's work backwards. Squad, they're still happy with the number of riders we have from the US. We do have less than what we had. Garfield is the most popular rider coming in, apparently. And then we have... That's our whole popularity. It's better than it was. We had nothing for US popularity. So, okay, I guess. Registered riders, that's not going to help us much, though. And noteworthy results, we'll see what we can get. I think I might be struggling for results this season just based on that attribute distribution. Garfield may get some lower level ones, but moving out of Continental into Continental Pro without Vanderpeet and Donadin is it's going to have an impact. It's going to have an impact. Olympics, August. We're looking at this being the pivotal, very pivotal moments. 3 World Tour races. We're not going to get results there. And they're the 3 biggest objectives. Here's to hoping we just survive this season and don't drop. We're going to need some of these intermediate ones. We're going to need some random crap. We could be going back down in finances next season. All right. Well, anyway, I have put in bids to get into races. We immediately got back a bunch of races, World Tour races, that said, oh, hell no. Yeah, good effort, good try. Yeah, no. And so that happened. But there's many more that we applied to. We'll see if we get into literally any. Otherwise, I think we have 3. Let's check the calendar and see if that's actually the case. Yeah, it's hard to look past question marks. We'll look later. I think we might be in 3 races right now, and that's about it. So I'm going to start actually pushing forward slightly, though I do need to dip into the plan to get the fitness taken care of in the early weeks. I'm guessing we're not going to be in the Santos Tour, and that we're going to be starting right away with a 1-star objective, which I think might have been a stage win on that one. Before we get started in the first race of the season, a little recap of some news, starting with the big moves at the end of the season. Dygert has gone to Die Sprinters Malderin. Hosking has left Bulls Domens for Canyon Schramm. And Vanderpeet was good enough to make that list. I'm going to ALBTC. Also, Brookshire found a team with Team Illuminate. The Cyanide winner, as in the rider of the season, Nui Adama, Voss, and Uttrup Ludwig were third in that one. Omloop Het Nieuwsblad. We've made it. They're giving out lots of invitations because there's fewer teams at the World Tour level. So fewer teams at the World Tour level means more opportunities for teams to get into those races, so they still have some numbers. So with 10 invitations, our odds are a little bit better, but there's still a lot of teams asking to get in. So we did get into Omloop Het Nieuwsblad. We have also made it into the International Les Ardèches, and that's 2. That's all out of maybe 20 so far, so we're not doing so great in that area. But we did manage to get into 2, which now gives us about 5 World Tour races that we will get the opportunity to participate in. Very first stage of the very first race of the season, also the very first sponsor objective right off the bat. So this is going to be a tough one for us. It's a Mexican race here on the Yucatan Peninsula, but we need a stage win. It's only 1 star, so at least it's not going to be that big of a deal if we fail. It's going to be hard to get a stage win. For one thing, there's 3 sprint stages, and while there's only a couple good sprinters at this race, we don't have any even okay sprinters. We're still very much less than tolerable in that category, so it's very difficult for us to win sprints, even when you play it correctly. And here with 21 kilometers to go, I'm not even entirely sure those 3 are going to be caught. To make matters worse, we don't have our best sprinter here. Not that, again, that we have any really good ones, but Del Sarto is slightly our best, and Del Sarto is not at this race. So, yeah, that's happening. Emma White is going to follow Schutz. How are you on flat? Not good. How are you on flat? Better. How are you on flat? Amazing. So, we'll stick you in here. And we'll use your weak flat rating first. Get us out front. Get us moving along. See what we can do. Now, in terms of profile, it does appear that it's picked up, because when you look at the teams list on the load page, we're listed first. I think that has to do with the rankings from last season, because it does seem to be relatively consistent on the way they do that throughout a season, regardless of your actual rankings at that given time. I mean, it's the first race of the year. We haven't done any races, and there's every opportunity that there could have been some races by this point. You can see Mama Lenti struggling just to get out front because she's got a weak flat rating, so she's going to have to really push to pull us out front, but with 8K to go, she needs to start doing that. Alright, real push begins with Sobi, who's a 69 on the flat, much better.
That's the end of the breakaway. The pack gave them no chance.
Whoa, folks, 3K already. Give me just a little acceleration here. And then give me a little acceleration here. With this many riders, we gotta just get moving.
Who's gonna be the first to the line today?
Okay. Look how many riders have gone far too early and are struggling to try to get to the finish. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, there's one objective met. Emma White in her first race with the team opens with a victory. Tina De Jong is second. Madison Schutz in her first race with the team is third. Kata Garfield, first race, fourth. So 3 newcomers nearly sweep the podium. Dang. Well, there you go. There's a start. There was a 78-78 in that mix. It might have been the one who took second. I don't know. There was a 76-78 in the mix. And then it dropped off to low 70s. And that's where we can have that advantage and beat most of those with a sprint train. But, yeah. Okay. Is she the 70? No, she's not the 78. What happened? She got buried. You can see some 74s. There's the third one who you got to watch out for a little bit with amazing acceleration, but not great top speed. And not even in the top 14. There, 14th, Christina Dapoto, 69 resistance. So that's something we can do a bit with.
Greetings to all. The race has cobbled sections that are renowned for testing both bikes and their riders. You've got to know what you're doing.
Here we are. It's Omloop at Newsblad. We've done it. We are in a world tour race with one rider who is tolerable and a whole bunch of domestiques. From the list of domestiques, we've taken what we can. Garfield is the obvious favorite. She's on a 0 race day condition, which is certainly better than what it could have been. So So that's good. She is a new gen, by the way. I'm going to have to get in the database and fix this because it's Kata Garfield, but it's got an N on the initial, and it's just throwing me off. It's not a real life person, just a new gen who, yeah. There she is. So, I don't think there's anybody else to even really support. We gotta maybe take whoever has the highest stamina and flat ratings and then use them, because there isn't that many cobbled sections and majority of them aren't that bad. Definitely some of those riders will hang in there a bit better as time goes on and the race ramps up. So Schutz is probably out of the question. Yes, definitely. So Maxwell is a weaker one. Make sure Kansani actually might be. Kansani got excellent flat and stamina rating. So we go ahead and protect Garfield. You're somebody I trust. Schutz, no thank you. And so Kansani, yes. Okay, and then finally between Maxwell, no. Go ahead and protect Bravich. Alright, there we go. 7 riders in the break, but they only have 40 seconds. There's already somebody 3 minutes behind, and the gap is growing. Is it going to be that kind of race? 3 stars through the first sector, and we've cleared it. We're still alive. And actually, we're already blinking red. Chasing those 7 riders. Not a fan of the pace, or not a fan of what those 7 riders, who's there. A second group just escaped off, and they escaped off because we couldn't manage the gap. I can't believe this field's already splitting like this. 75's not gonna cut it because we missed the split twice in there. So push a little harder. 78. Maxwell's recovering. Schutz is recovering, but that did some damage. Just that little bit. It's going to be a hard race. 120 kilometers to go, so our first opportunity to get water will probably come after we hit this next cobbled section. Okay, 80. 1K uphill on a 3-star cobbled section. This could absolutely destroy us.
Several times because each section has its particularities, and on some sections it is make or break if you don't adopt the right strategy.
Speaking of,
the pace seems much too high for
you can see how the field is absolutely just getting destroyed here. I think as far away from the finish as we are, many riders will get back on, but maybe not all.
Let's hope that the rider isn't too upset.
Yeah, look at that. That last one already has withdrawn. Alright, Garfield, Kansani aren't even in the front group. 25 chasing 25. And then we've got 4 here in the large group. This is basically the peloton, with a couple large escape groups. And it's a World Tour race, so the big time players are here, and there is not much chase in this group. I mean, look how low they're going. To get back in, it's really going to take. I'm seeing a little bit of blinking red here, so apparently there is a bit of chase going on. Now it's 88 to chase those 26, and there's now a very good chance that this will be brought back if the field doesn't immediately split again. Gosh, you'd think we're late into this race. Now it's under 100K, so that makes it feel slightly later, but this is wild. It's been a while since I've played this women's tour, and I remember a lot of the races were like this when we first got started. Just the intensity of the pursuit and the ability to go with. I mean, our ratings, as bad as they aren't as bad as they seem, at least when it comes to the Continental Pro. Compared to the World Tour, it is. And you can see just how badly we are struggling. Maxwell and Schutz, there's nothing doing here other than getting yourself some water. Shoot, we're coming up on a sector, and we're group of 37 chasing 29, and it's 2 minutes behind. If we have any hope of cracking the top 10, we have got to make a move. So maybe let's try something. Get our 2 leaders. Get our 2 support riders. What can we do with an 84? Is that going to close the gap? It's early enough in the race. You'd think they wouldn't be pushing that hard. I can tell you that riding on cobbled sections is a real challenge. The racers have to have the talents of a tightrope walker, as the grip of the tires can't be counted on. Eight riders got dropped off that front group, and this just got split off. Schutz still hasn't gotten water. Oh, we're back into the group. It's together at the moment. Maxwell ease forward. Schutz is getting water, but it's only going to be for Maxwell. Should be coming more and more to the fore. Okay, so he's out of energy. That happened really fast. Okay, on to Bravich. So if you can, try to get onto the back of this train. And Maxwell, if you can, get into the train. Schutz, you don't need to get water anymore. Just survive. 63 chasing 24. It's down to a minute and a half, so we actually have pulled back about 30 seconds here. Let's hope he is helped out quickly. We're not the only ones doing some chasing. But there they are. It's not over yet, and we've got a while until the next sector, till the next climb. Schutz has been dropped. There's a few riders jockeying for position Maxwell at the front. Ran out of energy trying to make it to the front, and Sobi is on the verge of falling out the back. And this, this isn't that high of a tempo. Okay, Bravich is out of energy. She's got a good flat rating though. She can keep us near the front for a little while. But we've got to bridge that gap soon. I'm down to really just 2 riders already. 68K. Maybe what I need to do here is not try to pull back this entire group. Maybe I should just take Kinsani and Garfield and sprint. Try not to bring back the entire group. There you go. Those 2 go clear. Those 2 bridge the gap. And now they can relax. Oh, and then it came together anyway. Really? Don't relax. Ease forward as we're about to hit a 3-star section and uphill. Riders have to have their wits about them on this dangerous section. You never know what's going to happen on cobblestones. Okay, Garfield. Go ahead and sit up. Sonny, try to ease to the front, but we've got to get water. And now all of a sudden there's 83 in the group. Okay, Maxwell, go ahead. No, don't go ahead. The brake seems to be working. Some team managers mustn't appreciate the fact that there is a breakaway, given that the pack has increased its speed. Sophie, can you get up there? About Bravich. Nobody can get water for me at the moment, so we're just gonna have to keep on struggling with this. The strongest can create some gaps. That's another rider with a flat tire. The road is really treacherous. Goes back. So this is the last third of the race. Anyone who's going
running for victory.
Okay,
has got
now
to
we
make a
see
move
splits
fairly
again.
soon.
And
There are two
this
schools
is where I
of
want
thought
to
on
get
riding
water,
cobbled
but
sections. Some will try to stay in the
can't
middle,
currently.
while others will take to the sides, practically on the grass.
Front 5. Let's see. Vanderbreggen has, yeah, gone clear. Along with Corden Rivera. Field's getting split now. And this is that permanent kind of split. Kansani just got split off. That's not
Another
good.
attack in the leading
So
group.
wanted to be the one to get water.
Falling behind. A team leader is falling behind.
And then even your chance of being clear and staying clear faded. You sprint. Alright, just do your thing. We need to focus on Garfield, who somehow at an 83 got dropped. Get in that group of 11. That'll make it 17 left in contention. No breakaway. There you go. You made it. Alright. Oh, there is one in the break. We need to recover a little bit, but why are you so far?
Yet another flat tire. It seems to
So
be
far
catching.
behind. I thought you have a high cobble rating. Sure doesn't seem like it the way she's riding. There you go. Okay, so it's all back together. We're in the main bunch. Bravich with puncture. Not worried about that. So Corden Rivera is the one who is clear. She's got a minute 15 lead. There's only 3 cobbled sectors left, but Garfield does not have a lot of energy, so that we are in survival mode with her. There's the last uphill, and then it's pretty flat from here. Little group trying to escape. 4 riders trying to get off the front. They don't make it, but it does drop a couple. We're down to 14, and we are also totally on the edge now. Garfield. And she's going to be dropped. Now it's 9 riders going clear, 10 riders going clear. So we're going to just miss top 10 finish.
Several riders are attempting to break away. Watch out, a team leader is falling behind. Another flat tire.
We are with Alexis Ryan, Barbary, Monier, Garcia, Weebes, Fisher Black, Lippert. There's Rivera, who's been caught. There's Vanderbreggen, Paladin, Ferran Privo, and Jorge. 78 cobble, 82 sprint. But we're still out of that, so we are still in that battling for 11th kind of position, and I just don't think we're going to make it up there to where they're at. It's almost 2 minutes. It's over 2 minutes now to the front 8. We're now up to 6 of us. Can I escape the group? No. Can we go back and recover? Tried to escape and pull forward and have a chance at a top 10, and instead Alexis Ryan has done that. She's gone clear. 4K to go. We're going to pull her back. So she failed at that as well. But I wasted all my energy trying to leave this group behind and maybe do something. Corden Rivera has taken the win.
Strongest at the last. We're waiting for the back markers, who appear to be fairly numerous in this difficult race.
Weebes, Vanderbreggen only 6th. We did beat Alexis Ryan. We get 14th. Hey, not bad for our first ever. That is our best rider, though. 0 on the race day condition and a level or 2, and she'll be in better shape. You know, 1 or 2 more cobble points, a little more stamina, a little more resistance, maybe some acceleration, maybe some flat rating. Just a little bit. will go a long way for her. She's in pretty good shape already. Obviously, our best rider in our best discipline, and we almost stayed with the front group in a difficult race with World Tour riders. It is possible. We can just about do that with that little bit more, whether it be a positive race day condition, whether it be that 1 or 2 levels. Can be done. That's going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. And bye for now.